Hello everyone and welcome back to the Regal Draft League. I want to start this video a little differently than normal because I want to give a massive shout out to the other guys in the hatchback. After the loss to Chris, you guys really picked me back up. I think that was probably the lowest my confidence has ever been in draft. I went from that to actually feeling like I could beat our boy Draco. I just wanted to say, win or lose, thank you so much. I feel absolutely great going into this. And I also want to give an extra shout out to Draco, who earlier in the week gave me just such an awesome pep talk, and out of respect for him as a friend, colleague, and honestly one of my favorite opponents to play these last couple of seasons, I went freaking hard on prep this week. So with that in mind, it's a little longer of a team builder this week to previous. So if you want to skip, there's timestamps, and I'll put a clip of the final team right before the start of the battle section. But before we get into that, I've made a lot of changes to this roster since the last video. After last week's battle, I made a couple of changes. I dropped Crocodile and Thwacky for Indeedee Male and Scrafty. The main reason for this was wanting the role consolidation of Fake Out and Intimidate. I love Rook. It's such a cool mon, and I had some awesome ideas of how to use it with Frost Breath Cryogonal for the Anger Point shenanigans, but they were just too many instances that I was reminded of just why Incin is so freaking good in its role. Having Intimidate, Fake Out, pivoting around, being bulky, taking hits. I just never felt like I could properly intimidate cycle with Krook. And when I was deciding who to bring to battles, I was always leaning towards the Fake Out on Blastoise. So, Krook, I'm sorry, buddy, but you were never my Garchomp. Wacky, I just wasn't bringing. Even in the matchups it was pretty good for, I just didn't bring it. With the extra points from trading Krook for Scrafty, I was able to get a potential upgrade in this slot. And then I spotted it. Iron Valiant gets Expanding Force. Why didn't I think of that before? To top that off, Indeedee Male was free. I had to go for it. I need to make this team a bit more fun to play than it has been so far. I think that's been one of my big problems with it. Was on paper, this was a really fun team for me, and it just hasn't quite come together. These two would be active for the match versus Draco, so here's the roster for that match. Now there was a certain little mon that I'd wanted when I made the grace switches to pick up Gouging Fire, but it had been grabbed in the later rounds of the draft. Now it was available. Riolu. The synergy this little guy has with Gouging is amazing. Thanks to Sun, thanks to coaching, Feint, Upper Hand, not only is this guy the base form of the mascot, but it really fits this team well. So out went Cryogonal. Again, a mon I really liked, but just wasn't looking good in any of the matchups. But I didn't stop there. Something I recognized in prep for this battle was just how little I had to hit water types now I dropped Thwacky. Originally the plan was to drop Blastoise and Girafarig and grab Alolan Raichu and Feraligatr. Raichu gives me another fast E-Force user who it's actually stab on, plus a way to hit water types for stab damage. And in matches where I decide not to bring the terrain, I have a stupid fast fake out. I didn't want to lose my water type. Because I was leaning into the fun a little bit more, I decided I wanted to give another one of my favorites a shot. Feraligatr. Sheer Force, Life Orb, Liquidation. It's going to be good, right? I had a small problem with this stuff. I needed to figure out what was making the team feel bad to play. The more I look back at my previous matches, the more I had to face the fact that Dengo just wasn't working. It's such a strong Pokemon when it's not being directly prepped for. In draft, when every team you're facing is going to have a way to stop either the nasty plot setup or resist the specs, make it rain. I don't know if it was just me and how I was piloting the team. It very well might be, but Goldie it didn't feel as good this season as it has when I've used it in the past. So 07s for what's it. Going into week 6, this team is going to look very, very different. We're going full size spam. I still wanted a steel type, and Crown had been so good for Twimberly when he drafted it. I decided to give it a shot. But I'm already doing garbage. What's the worst that can happen? I'd go 0-8. Oh well. I'm also keeping Blastoise. He's been surprisingly good, and I did feel really bad dropping it. I did look at switching it out, but I couldn't find a grass or electric type that was more expensive than 5 or 6 points that would actually be any good. I couldn't afford like the Oscarada or anything like that, so in that mid-range there just really wasn't anything. So I decided to keep Cheddar, and I picked up another mon that I've been really wanting to use. Galvantula. This thing is fast. It has a lot of great tools. Bug Buzz, Electro Web, Struggle Bug. It still has a light screen, String Shot. It's a really good support mon with a decent special attack stat and T-Bolt. So yeah, we added some speed, we patched our water type matchup, we have a proper Psy Spam mode now, so I don't have to commit to Iron Valiant with E-Force. I can go triple E-Force if I wanted to. I don't want to go too much into this and drag the video out any longer than it is going to be anyway, but I'm really looking forward to this new team. I'm so excited. Back on track for week 5 and the matchup versus Draco. Draco's team is bloody terrifying. 2 manual snow options with Kyurem. 2 dark types to stop the Psy Spam and hit Dengo really hard. 2 water types to resist Dengo and Gouging Fire. Just generally wore my team out. like I said, I really dived into prep this week. Started throwing together a core 6 that I felt worked really well. Just looking at the matchup, I didn't plug any moves, EVs, abilities, nothing. I just looked at the matchup and picked what I thought were my best 6. I recognized pretty quickly, based on the type chart, that Scrafty and Dengo were going to be good here. Draco's got 3 steel weaknesses and 3 fighting weaknesses. Scrafty can intimidate those physical attacking dark types, which would normally threaten Dengo, and also hit them really freaking hard itself. And it's got Fake Out to help Dengo get set up. Then What's It just does Gold Dengo things. I need Murkrow for speed control and prankster shenanigans. And if I'm bringing Sun to take away the snow, I might as well bring the big dragon. Oh, and let's just throw on Size Spam for the giggles. After some thought and back and forth, this is what the team ended up looking like. Valiant plus Indeedee, it's a pretty decent budget Size Spam, especially if I'm not running a choice item, because Valiant has stab fighting to deal with the dark and steel types. Gouging I ended up giving an AV, since I can't be absolutely sure that I'll have Sun. So dialing back the damage and making sure we can get off 2 attacks was definitely the play. The 4th move, I kept going back and forth on. Snarl plus Breaking Swipe is just good support. But since Tera Fire could be a thing, Stomping Tantrum is just amazing coverage. Scrafty is just such a fun mon in this matchup. Fake Out helps Dengo set up, and Coaching helps Gouging set up. And then CC and Knockoff is just good coverage into Draco's team. One thing I noticed is that once again, we don't have a great way to deal damage to something that goes Water Terror. We can hit the water types on Draco's team on their other typing, but if Tyrant or anything else for that matter, mostly Tyrant, goes for Terra Water, I'm kind of screwed. I pinged Paste over to Tommy, and he instantly pointed out the exact same thing. He was otherwise pretty happy with the team. I had to fix that though. In that process, I ended up dropping Size Spam completely, since Clef would really help in not only helping Dengo 1v1 Kyurem, but also thanks to After You, it can deter Draco from going Trick Room. The big reason I dropped Size Spam though was the fact that I was utterly terrified of Glow King in Trick Room. Yes, my own E-Force would hit this pretty hard, but Valiant doesn't have stab on that expanding force and gets hit hard by Sludge Bomb. Indeed, he would just get doubled up and destroyed in Trick Room. I felt pretty good about this team, so I put it to one side and left it for a few days before I would return for a final look. I was still worried. In his pep talk, Draco said he wanted me to step up. He wanted me to give it my all. And I felt like I wasn't. One of the things I usually do in prep that I hadn't been doing all season is to look at my opponent's previous battles, watch them back if they've been posted on YouTube or they're being streamed, or look at the stats, the Tera sheets, see if I can spot any tendencies or things I can exploit with my team building. I of course watched all of Draco's videos once as they're posted, so it's not like I hadn't seen him play all season, but I've been watching them as a fan, as a friend, and not to look in detail about how he's playing his team, how he's building out his teams every week. So I went and did that, and I noticed a few things. He'd only actually brought Kilowattrel to one match, and it never hit the field. He loves his Tauros, and he relies heavily on it. Other than a random Covert Cloak set, he's been Life Orb on Kyurem every week. And thanks to Draco sharing his pastes all the time, I could tell that he's only actually gone timid once. He leans more towards hyper offense Kyurem. Life Orb, max attack modest. Only 2 mons have come every single week. Kyurem and Screamtail. Tauros had actually come 3 out of 4 weeks, and so has Samurott. And they've both either been AV or Scarfed. So with this new info, I went back to my previous team with a few questions to answer. How do I beat Tauros? How do I beat AV Samurott? How do I stop Screamtail wreaking havoc? And can I keep any of my mons alive long enough to co Kyurem? So, using that last team as a template, I went back into the speed tiering. Now I know he doesn't really feel the need Kilowattrel. His team is very freaking bulky. He would rather lean into that bulk, live hits, and delete things. Kind of like Tommy on the juice. So I could dial back my speed to outspeed in my own Tailwind and just give my mons either a little bit more bulk or a little bit more offense. At this point though, I have my light bulb moment. Look at these speed tiers. I was terrified of Glow King and Trick Room. That's because I was hyper focusing on me wanting to run Tailwind. He only actually has 2 mons that are really slow. And slow enough to make that mode a true nightmare. If I go min speed Scrafty, it underspeeds Brute Bonnet, unless it's also min speed. And Scrafty kind of walls both of them. So what if I went Trick Room? I've made it pretty damn clear in the past that I hate Trick Room. I suck at Trick Room. But the last couple of times I've had to deal with it, I've actually stalled it out fairly well. So, like, yeah, I'm hella out of practice. But I've actually learned from previous seasons. It's time to see if I can weaponize that new knowledge. So, how the hell do I turn my Tailwind team into a Trick Room team? Well, first of all, we need a Trick Room setter. So, out goes Murkrow, back comes Indeedee. I want 2 Trick Room setters though. So, Valiant now becomes a secondary Trick Room setter. I had a decision to make after that though. Gouging Fire or Blastoise. More offense or a second Fake Out. So hard a decision. But this is what I'm bringing. Yes, you see that right. I am not bringing Gouging Fire. My kill leader, my best Pokemon, is benched. We'll get into the reasons behind that later. First up, Twiglet, our newly acquired Indeedee. I'm not running Terrain. While I was confident versus Glowking, I still didn't want to give it a free power boost. Draco could easily tech on Expanding Force. He has done in the past. So we're running Inner Focus. This plus Mental Herb means that I'm going to get up Trick Room unless you want to double into it. My only issue really is Fake Out from Mold Breaker Tinkerton, which, to be honest, is an absolute pest for my team anyway, since it can state as Golden Go, and Fairy Steel is just the best freaking defensive typing in the game. Without Gouging Fire, that's gonna be a nightmare. We are speed reduced nature, but not zero speed IVs, since we couldn't underspeed Brute Bonnet anyway. So unless he goes hard TR himself with zero speed, speed reduced nature on everything, we'll be faster in Trick Room and outspeed Glowking and Bonnet outside of Trick Room. This is, to be honest, the approach I kind of took for most of my speed tuning. Only half of my team was zero IV, and only Clef was absolutely minimum speed. I digress. Back to Indeedee. Double stab with Psychic and Hyper Voice, Trick Room and Protect. I don't expect him to see Trick Room coming game 1, so that Mental Herb I think is probably going to come in clutch for game 2 or game 3. With Trick Room up, we'll have 2 main sweepers. Scrafty, who is just so damn good in this battle. Fake Out to help Trick Room go up. Knockoff to deal with Glowking. Ironhead for Screamtail, though that thing's so damn bulky I'm not expecting much. And of course, Close Combat. Goggles makes too much sense as an item. With that, it just completely walls Brute Bonnet. He doesn't have an amazing way to deal with Scrafty, aside from Kyurem, which just does so much freaking damage to everything I have. Tauros, Sacred Sword on Hammerrod. So I will be leaning heavily on Scrafty. Stick around and damage everything for his dive buddy Golden Go to clean up. Then go no longer Nasty Plot. If I'm going Trick Room, I want the immediate damage. Because I'm not running any speed and I can't OHKO Kyurem, I've actually EV'd What's-It to take an Earth Power from Specs Max Modest Kyurem without Tera. I was originally Tera Dark, since I resist Fairy already and I'm immune to fighting normally. But then I realized that Bug resists fighting, resists Ghost. I also thought Dark, but at least that's neutral. So I made the switch last minute. At 89 speed, only Glowking, which then got Walls, and Bonnet under speed. And I don't want to stay in versus that thing unless I Tera. Clef is honestly just Clef. I did decide to go no attack despite Taunt and Tera Bug, because though Grass would let me redirect the Earth Power and Spore, because I didn't want to be weak to Blizzards, I couldn't do it. I need that Friend Guard. I need that redirection. Now, now we have the tech. This is possibly my most favorite tech I've ever come up with. First up, Blastoise. This is super fun. It underspeeds Dingo by 1 point. So in Trick Room, I can haze away the stat drops from Make It Rain. It also, obviously, outspeeds Scrafty, which in Trick Room means it goes second, but before most of Draco's team. So it can haze away the close combat defense drops before Scrafty can get hit by anything meaningful. This is so bloody cool. If this actually works out the way I hope, this is going to be amazing. Take out and flip turn so I can pivot around with Scrafty. The cycle intimidates while What's-It is on the field safe, and Chilling Water because I'm a freaking idiot and that should have been Water Pledge. So frustrating. But this Blastoise set is not the biggest cook of the week. That honour belongs to Iron Valiant. This is the key to everything. You may remember way back in the video that I mentioned I didn't have a great way to hit water types, or specifically water Tera. Well, this Valiant destroys all of that. Both his water types are also weak to Fairy, so I can dance and clean those. Yes, they're bulky and it's probably going to take 2, but they don't really do much back to Val, especially if I Terra Grass. Because of Terra Grass, I should probably have gone Moonblast, but I don't want to always Terra Valiant. Terra Grass, Grass Knot though, Okos, just barely, but Okos, Terra Water Kyurem. No helping hand, no stat boost, nothing, just a straight up Terra Grass, Grass Knot into Terra Water Kyurem, delete button. I specifically chose Room Service here over something like an Iron Ball, because at -1, I outspeed most of his mons in Trick Room, and when Trick Room ends, I can reset that stat drop and then outspeed most of his mons outside of Trick Room. Seriously, I love this Pokemon. It lets me cook so hard. But there you have it. The team that I hope is going to catch Draco completely off guard and let us get our first win of the season. Yes, I've gone kind of hard into him being Terra Water on Kyurem and making the mistake of not changing Chilling Water over to Water Pledge before building the team in game means that if he does bring Terra Fire, I'm kind of cooked. But the more I looked at it, the more I thought about it, Terra Water just makes the most sense. Gouging gets ground coverage, so it can hit fire types. But it doesn't get a grass move, and its only electric move is Thunderfang. I'm not going to Terra Grass Gouging Fire in front of a freaking Kyurem, and Kyurem gets Earth Power. So why would I not eliminate my ground weakness by going Terra Electric Terra Blast? Terra Water just says no to Gouging Fire. Sure, Dengo gets Thunderbolt, but Kyurem kind of lives that pretty easily and can normally Oko a Golden Go with Earth Power before Golden Go can move anyway. water, resist fire, resist steel, resist water, which kind of takes away 3 of my mons, and it removes its weakness to fighting, fairy and dragon, which makes it hard for me to hit with another 2, and like I said, just completely walls gouging fire. If he brings anything else, I'll be shocked. But Monster Team Builder over. I was so excited about this team. I really wanted to explain how this insane team came together. So thank you so much for listening. Let's get into this battle. I cannot remember the last time I was this nervous for a battle. Against Draco, and not only is Draco a really good friend, but he is a really fucking good player, and I actually feel like I've prepped really well for this week, but kind of being out of practice and the results not going the way I hoped so far this season, it just added to the pressure. And yeah, it's rough, man. No, I don't normally have enough time to just sit and just talk at you guys when I'm going into a battle, but I feel conflicted. On one side, I'm really confident in the team and the prep that I've done, but on the other side, I'm not confident in my own ability at the moment, and I think that's kind of what's been holding me back this season. So it's just, yeah, it's hard. Right, Tera sheet. Yeah, he has gone almost exactly what I thought. I was hoping not to see the Tinkerton. Oh wait, no, he hasn't. He hasn't brought Tauros. Oh man. Yeah, he hasn't brought Tauros. I thought, man, Tauros looks so good into my team. Okay, so if there's no Tauros, we've got okay. That kind of thrown me for a little bit of a loop. So we lead Indeedy Scrafty, fake out Trick Room, bring in Dengo, depending on lead, pivot Scrafty back in for another fake out pin afterwards. And then we've got Quaver with the Friend Guard. Okay, yeah. I vibe with that for game one. Yeah, I knew he'd go Tera Dark Screamtail. That's one of the main reasons I didn't bring that's one of the reasons why I didn't bring Murkrow. Booster special defense, yeah. We're going to set Trick Room. I'm going to fake out the bonnet. Has he gone Trick Room as well? Yep. Oh, this is brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. I love it. Okay. So, I think I'm going to hyper voice and I'm going to go knock off. Yeah. Oh, it lived. His mental herb. Okay, so now he's going to go Tera Water. He has to in front of Close Combat from but what I'm going to do, I'm going to protect and I'm going to try and delete Bonnet. Who's coming in? Marog. Tinkerton, okay. Yeah, there's the Tera Water. He's called my Close Combat. We're still slower than Kyrem, that's good. We're bulky as hell. Oh god, that's still a lot of damage. His life orb. That's good. I'm happy with that. So now, Trick Room. And you've got Fake Out there. If he's brought Fake Out, that's the thing. We might take a bit too much damage on Dengo here. Right. I think I'm going to save you for now. bring you in. I'm going to protect. Or... no, I'm going to protect. Wasting my first turn at Trick Room, but I need the positioning right now. Yeah. I don't think Dengo's going to underspeed that Tinkerton. We should do, actually. So I'm going to go Helping Hand, Tera Bug, Thunderbolt. We're really bulky on this Dengo. Oh, why did I go Helping Hand into my Dengo again? Oh man, why did I do that? I did it again. Oh, I'm such a dumbass sometimes. That's 2 games I've done that now. Right. Brute Bonnet. We will not underspeed Brute Bonnet. We've got to follow me. I'm going to make it rain. Oh, that was so stupid. I can't believe that. Should have life, dude. Or protected. So dumb. Yeah, he protected that. Okay. That makes sense. Yeah, he was going for the spore there anyway. That's fine. Good damage. We've got to be asleep this turn. So that's just, yeah. And the only thing we don't do is underspeed the bonnet. So it's -1, but it should be enough to pick up the KO on Kyurem. Unless he does that. Okay. That's going to resist. He's probably going to knock off leftovers. Oh, he's going to seed bomb into that. Okay. That's fine. Yeah, -1. Not so good here. Right. We're going to outspeed the bonnet now. If we can get move off. Pinkerton's going to fake us out, so protect. Wait out the fake out turn. Give Cleffin a chance to wake up again. Yeah, Gigaton into that. Crunch also into that. He's going for the double up. I'm gonna go. Follow me. Need to reset the stat drops, so sacrifice the clef, bring Dango back out. Already know I need to bring Blastoise next game. I was just thinking then, Clef might actually live this thanks to the Intimidate. Preserve the life, the Friend Guard. And then... do I KO the Glow King, or do I KO hold up, I haven't got time. Do I risk a fake out? No. KO the Glow King. Bonnet's not doing anything. Yeah, cool. Okay, so do we live a blizzard? No, we don't. What's the play? I think the play is to bring Dango in. If you follow me. Bring in Dango. and then fairy goes down, we fake out and KO. Nice. Yeah, Bonnet's doing absolutely nothing to Dengo now. We fake out there. Make it rain, clear the board. He's trying to position his Kyurem, and he's doing a really good job of it. Yeah, he had to go for the double protect. Should have gone for a Shadow Ball or a thing, but I wanted to cover for the switch. Close combat. Shadow Ball. Oh, and he missed the play rough. Oh, man. That's horrible. That sucks. GG, Draco. That was a tough battle. Tough battle. Holy crap. Right. So now he knows the strat. The question is, do I run it back with the same again? Or do I bring Valiant? I think I want to bring Valiant. Oh, flippin' heck. If I go knock off, Dazzling Gleam, that should bring that down really low. He probably spores my Valiant. Yeah, I'm going to Tera Grass Dazzling Gleam. What? Oh, for fuck's sake. I gave Draco the wrong team sheet. Mistakes happen. I can't get in my own head about it. The Goldango one didn't make a difference, to be honest. But yeah, he's absolutely right. The Tera Grass on Valiant. There's no way he makes that play if he knows I'm Tera Grass. Okay. I'm going to go with the same lead again, I think. Actually, no. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to leave Blastoise. No, I can't. If he leads the same again, I am just going to let him get up his chilly reception and set Trick Room. Oh, okay. Okay. He's going to go Blizzard. I'm going to Trick Room. I'm going to fake him out. Okay, he's protecting. Thank you. Now, is he going? He's got a Tera, right? There's no way he doesn't Tera the Tyrant here. I've got to read it. Got to make the read. Knock off a life orb, which will help just in case it doesn't KO. Yes. Oh man, I can't believe I got that read right. It was fairly obvious, but holy shit. Okay. Oh, it lived. That's annoying. He's now going to play rough my Scrafty. Go for an Iron Head flinch. Oh, he's still got outs here then. He's relying on Tinkerton. Flinch? No. Nah. It was worth a try. Um... Because I know how bulky this freaking brute bonnet is. I don't think it's carrying protect. Yes! Oof. You didn't need the helping hand for that one, dude. Come on, Dengo. You could do this, buddy. You could do this. No! But we out... No, we don't outspeed. Oh, shit. Oh, my God, no. No! No! Oh, we live. Oh my God. Come on, pick up. Yes. Holy shit, that was insane. GG's Draco. Oh, I'm gonna hop in this call now. Let's hope this works. It's actually been less than 24 hours since the battle, but I wanted to do my usual post-battle stuff, this time with no script whatsoever. And while the excitement of it all was still fresh in my head. So, yeah, this is probably going to be a little bit waffly, but hopefully my point get across. And first of all, apologies to Draco for messing up the Tera sheets. Yes, the Tera bug didn't really make a difference in game one, but he was well within his rights to say, team sheet error, I want the forfeit. And that's the main reason I just gave him that win without any arguments. And fair play to Draco, he did actually say, no, let's just reset the battle, give me the correct Tera sheet, we'll go again. And like, no. You let me off on game one. I'm not going to do that. You deserve at least that game win. So, yeah, just thank you to Draco for being so understanding over what was a genuine mistake. That's why you don't change mons around last minute. I didn't update my Pokepaste. I didn't update my team in Showdown. So these things happen, but thank you, Draco, and I'm sorry. But also thank you, Draco, for what is probably, I think, my favorite draft battle ever. I've had some incredible battles. Last week versus Chris was one of my favorites of all time. Last season versus both of my matches last season with Wakeman, oh, brilliant, loved them. Win or lose, it doesn't matter to me. I just like a fun, challenging battle, and Draco always brings that turn one, game one, double trick room. Watching Draco's video back and seeing his reaction to that was priceless. And watching Draco's side of this, just, it made the whole battle just complete for me. I knew Draco would appreciate the tech and the effort I put in to this week. So to repay his faith in me by putting everything I had into this, from prep, for the battle itself, and just seeing how much he enjoyed the battle as well. It reminds me why I love playing draft above anything else with Pokemon. Words just don't do it justice. Seriously, if you haven't already watched Draco's video, go watch it. Both sides, you need both sides, I think, to just get the full experience, because this was absolute cinema. The team worked perfectly. I've tried to explain it in the team builder why I was so focused on him bringing Tera Water. I can't explain it. There was just something in my head that when I looked at the mons on both teams, and knowing that Draco has used Gouging Fire to like incredible effect before, I just knew that he was going to bring Tera Water. Yes, he's absolutely right. Because of my mistake of not swapping Chilling Water out for Water Pledge when I dropped Gouging Fire, because of that mistake, I didn't have a good way of hitting him if he went Tera Fire. If he went Tera Fire, I'd probably lose that game on the spot. But my assumption, my instinct was right. And it's hard to explain. It just makes me feel a lot better about the way I've been playing this season. Like, yes, I do feel like I am very, very rusty, and I'm up until this week I've been just really short on confidence in my ability. I think my prep's been pretty good. I have gone away from that hard focusing, minute detail EV spreads that I've been doing in previous seasons to a bit more of a balanced approach, and that might be hitting me a little bit. But even this week, other than the Goldengo EV spread, it was all got speed tiers in, mostly max HP, plug some holes in defenses here and there, but I didn't really go hard into saying, right, I want this mon to be able to live this specific hit. And I think it's finally clicked. Honestly, I wouldn't have been able to do that without the help of the other guys in the Hacks Pack. Like I said at the beginning of the video, just massive shout out to those guys. It reminded me why I started that Discord server, started that group chat in the first place. There were just a few people that I'd always been, going to for ideas and help, and I just it's easier to do this here in one place rather than spread across a million people's DMs, and we all then get to help each other. It's not quite a team building group, but I imagine it works the same way. Yeah, I can't thank you guys enough. This has now given me the confidence that I might actually be able to reverse sweep this and get myself into playoffs. It's going to be freaking hard, but I'm giving it my all. I'm going into next week, well, this week now, because I was sick and we had to rearrange the match, but I'm going into my next match with Alpha with that renewed self-belief and self-confidence that I haven't completely forgotten how to play this freaking game. I am actually pretty good at this freaking game. I'm coming for that playoff spot.